Buddy. Oh, Buddy. Buddy doesn't want me to go. Oh. I'm sorry, honey. I gotta go. Hey guys, how are ya? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. It's 4:40 in the morning. I gave myself 2 hours to get to work via the bus, and I'm really wishing I had given myself more time because the bus doesn't seem like it's showing up. I'm getting a little stressed. I went to bed at 9 o'clock last night, woke up at midnight. Buddy was crying as if something was just awful downstairs. So I flew downstairs, thinking he was hurt or something. But he was just, I don't know, he was crying at something. Brought him upstairs, got in bed, woke up at 3 to get ready for work. And now I'm out here waiting for the bus. Oh, traffic, one sec. I hate the sound of traffic. I really do. It just sends me into a mood. Yeah, this morning I've been really contemplating, geez, I really need to buy a car. But I already have a mortgage and I don't make a lot more money than I did last year. So I don't know if I really am comfortable adding a car loan on top of my mortgage as a 4-year flight attendant. It's not going to happen. So I'm just going to have to continue giving myself a couple of hours to get to work in the morning. It feels like I could commute from San Diego in the same amount of time it takes me to get 4 miles to the airport. That's what it feels like. Yeah, so I didn't get much sleep. I had 2 bananas for breakfast. Not a great start, not a great start. And can you hear the traffic? I hate waiting for a bus. Oh. All right, so as usual, super stressed. I followed Google's direction and took the bus to the 108, which is, I usually get the 109. The 108 goes down Paradise right to the airport. Well, it's 5:06 in the morning, which means I've been on the way to work for almost an hour now. And I've gotten 2 miles and the bus isn't here yet. And I'm like losing it. I really am. I've got 54 minutes before I have to be in my crew room checked in, which sounds like a lot of time, but the bus isn't here yet. It's a 20-minute ride at least, if not longer, to the airport from here. And just want to add the sense of panache to the experience. I get here and there's a guy just turns and takes a pee right on the sidewalk, like not 6 feet from me. I'm like, well, there's 6 feet. Social distancing. Maybe he's being thoughtful. I don't know. Oh my God, I think I'm thinner from just all the stress of getting to work this morning. It's taken me an hour and a half to get to the airport. The rest of the month, I think most of my show times are later, so I don't have to worry about that again. Because these early morning shows, 6 a.m., are stressful. As if it couldn't get more frustrating. Just randomed, of course. Thank God they opened a new line so I could get through quickly, but oh my God, this morning is so frustrating. All right, so that last leg to Oakland was 1 hour and 11 minutes. 115 people on board. No challenges, no problems. Oh, and we're boarding now. I'll talk to you later. All right, guys, so that was a 1 hour and 10 minutes. Nice flight, easy, no challenges, great crew, no complaints. Although, you know, my history, I'll say that, and then the next leg will be a nightmare, right? But knock on wood. Yeah, so we're about 160 people. It's gonna be over 3 hours getting to New Orleans. But we're supposed to get in about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so that's not too bad. So we will see you in New Orleans. Hey guys, hi, welcome to New Orleans. It is 6:21. I just got in my room a few minutes ago, took off my uniform shirt. Oddly enough, my pants are still on, which I'm gonna have to remedy that soon. First thing I usually do is take these pants off. The day was very good. The day was very easy. We did a quick turn. We barely even had seconds between deplaning and boarding. Just super quick from Las Vegas to Oakland, back to Las Vegas. Super quick turn. And then, bam, we were boarding for New Orleans. Not one challenge, not one problem, not one crying child, nothing. It was a great day, which is not to say that days where we do have an occasional crying child or medical or something, we can have some significant, challenges on board. That's not to say the day isn't good, because even those experiences sometimes add to not the excitement of being a flight attendant, but you feel like you did something on those days. If you have a medical and you help somebody, that can be very satisfying and quite rewarding. So even those days where they're not perfect, those days can be good too. But I really like these days. They're even better when nothing happens and all you have are great passengers on board. Just an example. We had a number of people board today with inappropriate for flying face coverings. They're wearing like scarves that hang down or handkerchiefs, things that just aren't allowed on airlines, without being doubled up or layered with another mask. And when I asked someone to, hi, you have two choices. Could you double up what you're wearing right now or wear this mask I have for you? And each and every single time they were like, oh, sure, no problem. And I'm like, what's going on? Because sometimes people really fight you. Like, no, this is an appropriate mask. I've worn it everywhere else in Walmart and whatever. But today, no one put up a hassle. No one put up a struggle. No eyes rolling. It was grand. It really was. I was working with Mark up in front. Someone I really, really enjoy working with, but I haven't worked with him in like 3 years. But when I saw him, I was like, oh, hey, this would be great. He was a chaser, flying position D. People in position B and C are very nice. I don't work with them that often, but they're very nice, no problems. Blah, blah, blah. That's it. No excitement to share. So this layover is roughly 22, 23 hours long. It's a fairly long layover, but it's, late afternoon on a Saturday in New Orleans. I know. Yeah, it does sound like it's going to be a mess downtown. So I'm not really going to go into the city today or tomorrow on this layover, because a Saturday night in New Orleans, I think the first festivals, I think the Crawfish Festival or something is starting. It's going to be too chaotic and too much of a mess downtown, and I just don't want to hang out with all these drunk people and blah, blah, blah. So I'm just going to relax in my hotel room in a bed where there's no kitty litter. I did bring my new laptop with me so I can sort of continue personalizing my laptop. Play some video games. I brought food for days. So I'm just gonna settle in and relax. I'll give you a quick tour of my hotel room, not because it's fabulous, but it's because it's just kind of big. It's a big hotel room. It's crazy. So I'll give you a quick hotel room tour, and I may not see you until tomorrow, unless, of course, I have a stray random thought, then I'm going to share it with you. All right, so here's a room tour. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, I'm irritable. I need to eat. Thank goodness I'm able to recognize the fact that I'm hangry, because I didn't always have the ability to recognize that, but I am just about there. I got into the room. I was about to give you a room tour, and before I did that, I was going to put my food in the fridge. Now, you have to double check what your fridge is doing before you put food in there. This is a hard-won lesson, because sometimes the fridge is too warm and your food doesn't stay cold, or the flip side is that someone turned it all the way to freezing and all of your stuff is frozen and some of it is ruined. So I double checked the fridge and it was warm. It wasn't even on. I'm like, oh my God, I'm here for 24 hours. I was about to call the front desk and be a real Karen. I was about to like, wow, 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 I need a refrigerator. And then I looked, it was unplugged. Why? I don't know, but it was just unplugged. So I plugged it in, it's humming along. So we'll see what happens. My cooler, my Majecto cooler, which I'll tell you is a miracle. my food will stay cold for a couple more hours, giving this a chance to cool down. So, but I'll tell you, I was just about to call downstairs, and I know the tone I would have used, it would not have been good. So, whew. All right, so let's do a quick room tour. Okay, so here, always going to start with the bathroom. Ta-da! So there's the bathroom. Nothing crazy, just has a nice wide vanity. So that's always nice. So you can kind of spread your crap out. Bathtub, teeny as usual. I don't know who they designed these tubs for, because I mean, I don't know who could sit in that. Why did I turn the camera around? So closet, which I never use. I never use the closet unless it's like a winter coat or something. If I put something in there and close the door, I'm going to forget it. And then I leave it behind, and not good. So full length mirror. Look, I'm actually wearing pants. Usually I take them off first thing. Here's my cooler, which is like a godsend. I mean, this thing, it's amazing. I have a video where I give a tour about the Magecto lunch bag, but it's exactly the same size as the microwave. Is that not funny? Here's the evil, my refrigerator. Here's the room. Now it doesn't really come across on camera as being huge, but the room is gigantic. It's crazy. It's probably bigger than my studio was in my old apartment. 2 beds. Who can guess how much I care about 2 beds? Exactly 0. I don't touch the second bed. This is the bed I'll sleep in. I sleep in the one that's furthest away from the window, but I do not sleep in the second bed. I don't sit on it. I don't put anything on it, because I don't want the housekeeping staff to have to make up 2 beds for me. So I just leave that bed alone. Cute little chair with a built-in ottoman down there. A little bar cart thing. The view, nothing spectacular, but there's the pool, which is the funniest pool. It's so, now see this little area? That's the whole pool deck. Can you see the pool? It's behind this little wall. I don't know how big that pool can be. It's got to be teeny tiny, but that's the view. And I like this little seating area, the desk. And this is my tripod, because I left mine at home, the coffee maker. I put my phone up here, and that's my tripod. So there's my hotel room. It's not fabulous, but it's big. And it's mine for 24 hours. So again, I'll probably not see you until tomorrow, unless, of course, I have some sort of stray thought, or I make a fool of myself somehow. Possible, unless I eat. Let me eat. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. So, hi guys, hi. So apparently this is a pet-friendly hotel. Yeah, great if you own pets. Not so great if you're a flight attendant trying to get some sleep. So, last night, about 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock, I was playing a video game for way too many hours, and I decided, I'm kind of tired, so I'm going to go to bed. I got in bed, and no sooner had I put my head on the pillow than I hear yip, 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 and it goes on forever. And then a second dog, a bigger one by the sound, it says it's going woof, woof instead of yip, 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 starts up. And not to be a Karen, because I had at that point finally eaten something, and I was, I was fine. I called downstairs and spoke with the nicest woman. She was so nice, and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It looks like they have some guests who have dogs on this floor, which is a huge no-no for the hotel. And I was like, it's no problem, I got 24 hours, so I have plenty of time to rest. It's just kind of irritating, and so first, and they either the dog stopped or they finally went to sleep, because I popped in melatonin. And then this morning, I don't know what time it was, I woke up, and I know you can't hear it, but there's both dogs are back at it again. And again, I've had plenty of sleep. I've already had a little something to eat this morning. It's usually a spoon of peanut butter, because I'm lazy. but they're back up again, barking, barking, barking. So I just called downstairs to the front desk. Again, not to be a Karen, just like there shouldn't be two dogs barking loud enough to wake me up, in a hotel. And so the woman I spoke with is the general manager of all things. And she was, of course, as you'd imagine, super nice. And we both had a couple jokes. We both have 3 cats and blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah, she's going to try and figure out what's going on. But they're not supposed to have dogs on this floor, especially for crew who have minimum rest. My chaser last night only had 10 hours of rest, and I can't imagine he got a good night's sleep because of the dog's barking. But blah, 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 blah. So we'll find out what happens. I'm tempted to put clothes on so I can help them identify where the dogs are, because they keep asking me, like, oh, where do you think they are? I'm like, I don't know. I'm basically in bed, but I hear people in the hallway, so maybe that's the housekeeping staff. I'll keep you updated. This hotel is so nice. The staff is so nice. Oh my God. They're so nice. The housekeeping manager was just up here. Whoop. Hello. Hi. Oh, no, I don't. Oh, thank you. No, I'm good. I have so much food sitting on my desk right now. It's embarrassing. Well, I think it's upstairs. So, the manager of the hotel, the general manager, was just offering me breakfast as a way to apologize, which is very nice. And she said they were looking for the dogs, and they just seemed to get louder and louder. And so I went up looking for them because housekeeping couldn't seem to find them. They're directly above me, of course. And there's 2 of them, and they're super, 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 super loud. In the hallway, it's like ridiculous. It just sounds like a kennel is what it sounds like. It sounds exactly like a kennel. That's it. And I went upstairs and I called from my cell phone, the front desk, and let them know where the room was. And the people came out of the room and they looked at me like I was crazy. But thankfully they're supposed to check out soon. So goodbye. I might have to take a nap later on because whatever. But in the meantime, I think it's time to eat something. Yeah. I just need you to hear these dogs. Can you hear this? Can you hear this? This is a hotel. Listen. Do you hear that? Right above me. Right above me. It's like, I was irritated earlier. Now it's just like infuriating. They're supposed to be checking out, but I don't know when. So I'm actually going to go downstairs and find out. Otherwise, if it's not till later, I'm going to ask if they can move me, because this constant noise is why I didn't buy one of the houses I looked at, because I can't handle the noise of barking dogs for hours on end, and that's what I'm experiencing. I'm sorry to seem so irrationally irritated. It's just been hours. I know for you this is just a few moments of a video, but this feels like an hours-long saga in terms of me just trying to be in my room comfortably without dogs barking. It's so funny. It feels like I've been talking about this for like hours and hours and hours, but they're going to move me to a different room because those people aren't checking out for a couple more hours, and I cannot hear those dogs barking for a couple more hours. Oh, there's my room. And then they kept offering me breakfast. Where's my key? As an apology, and I'm like, no, it's okay. I'm good, thank you. And so I'm like, you know what? I'll take breakfast. So I'm gonna get some breakfast, which is better than my jar of peanut butter and bagels, right? First, let's move. Hi, so I'm down in the lobby waiting for my breakfast. I ordered pancakes because I figured it was easy to clean up after pancakes. Rather than the whole big giant breakfast thing. I don't want to make them work harder when they're supposed to be closing in 15 minutes, you know? It's like if you've worked in a restaurant or in a store before and you're ready to close, everything's cleaned up and you're ready to go, and then a customer walks in 5 minutes before closing. Yeah, I don't want to be that guy. So I ordered something real simple. But this is not, I did not intend to do a hotel tour, but this is the lobby of the hotel. It's cute. This is the Mardi Gras tree. Apparently Mardi Gras was in February, but the tree was so well received and it's so purely New Orleans that they kept it. It's super cute. And then I love this little, I'm sure it's purely 90s and designers would probably poo-poo it, but I love this like huge light fixture thing over the desk. I love that. I'm sure it's very 90s, but I love it. All right, I see my orange juice is ready. All right, so this bacon is like super thick. Look at that. Oh, it's so good. Well, this made up for the dog's barking, I'll tell you. All right, so I'm gonna head downstairs. It's 2:23. I don't think our shuttle is until 2:45, but I'm doing nothing in my room, so I'd rather be downstairs ready for the shuttle instead of just like futzing around on my phone. So, room, pretty much the same, just no microwave, unfortunately, so I had to eat some cold pasta with some pesto sauce. And my view isn't better, well, it's different. It's greener. So there's my view. All right, I'm getting out of here. I'll see you at the airport. Randenton, New Orleans. And this is a huge security area, and I have no idea where I'm going. Yay, fun. All right, so we made it to Newark. Not a surprise, right? We're one of the safest airlines in the world. But it was turbulent pretty much the whole time. The flight out time was 2 hours and 22 minutes. We were full, and I suspect, are we full going back?
Favor?
Oh yeah, favor.
Do you have orange juice and club soda by any chance?
Oh, one sec. I'm sure I do. One sec. Yes, so we were full. Turbulence the whole time. Too many people for my comfort got up and used the lavatory, but you can't stop them, right? I'm not the police. All I can do is tell them the seatbelt sign is on and whatever. If you haven't seen the, no one's around. If you haven't seen the Key and Peele skit about the seatbelt sign, after you finish this video, go and search for it on YouTube. It is hysterical because it's so true. Yeah, everyone was great. No problems, no challenges. Super easy going. Great crew. We changed chasers, unfortunately, because I love Mark. He was so nice. But our new chaser, Eddie, I think is very nice too. He's from Dallas. I don't know the flight time to Atlanta, but it can't be that long. So we'll find out, and I will see you probably in Atlanta. Oh, bless you. Hey guys, hi. So we just got off the plane in Atlanta, and I have to tell you, what a nice flight. What a nice flight. We had the best passengers on tonight. I can't even tell you. You know, sometimes Atlanta's a lot of work, but this flight was just beautiful. If you decide you need a wheelchair or something, just let anybody know, okay? Sure. Yeah, we're in the end of the universe, an E terminal, which is wicked far away. So we have to walk like forever. I'm whining. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. All right, so I'll see you at the hotel. Hey guys, how are ya? All right, so it is 2:15 in the morning. I'm not even remotely tired, which is kind of strange because it's been a long day. But our van time tomorrow is 2 p.m. So I've got about 12 hours before I have to be downstairs. Plenty of time to get to sleep and relax. Tomorrow we just fly to Vegas. It's just a 3-day trip. I usually work 4 days, so it's really nice to be on a 3-day trip. And this one couldn't have been better. So far, knock on wood, because, tomorrow could be a nightmare, right? Um, but the first 2 days were just effortless, uncommonly effortless. And I want to say my last trip was like this too. I don't know. I'm not complaining. The last leg was 2 hours and 22 minutes. Not as much turbulence, super easy. The only thing that happened, and it's not even really almost worth mentioning, but someone had a bottle of something, some mysterious liquid was in their bag in the overhead bin, and it leaked. And then it started dripping on a young man, which that just in itself would be unnerving. Like, what is that? Because it wasn't water. I went to clean it up, and everyone's bag around them was wet, which was kind of unfortunate. So, I'm wiping it up, and it's getting kind of tacky as it dries. So I had no smell, but it was just a little tacky. So I have no idea what it was. I washed my hands like frenetically afterwards. But one little kid's backpack, it was a little girl's backpack, it got soaked. So I spent some time with some Seafolds, which is just a coarse paper towel, kind of blotting the fabric of the backpack, trying to dry it off a little bit. But that was the biggest thing we had all day. So no challenges, no complaints. Loved it. Our flight crew, a little crispy. Our captain is super duper senior. He's got to be retiring soon. I mean, he has to be. And he was really crispy. Not even dry. He was crispy. But pleasant, very professional. But very unlike most of our flight crew. Most of our captains and first officers are really easygoing, really friendly, really wonderful to work with. This guy was nice to work with as long as you followed his lead, But really nice, a nice day. I wish there was something more interesting to share. Actually, no, I don't. I'm really happy that there wasn't much to share. I'm in a room with no dogs barking nearby. Here's a room tour. There you go. And I am going to watch a little bit more HGTV. I'm totally crushing on Hometown, the husband. He's like a big redheaded Viking. Oh my God, he is so nice. I love him. I totally have a crush on him. But that's it. So I will see you tomorrow morning or afternoon, whatever. I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, did you hear that? The rumble of thunder? Yeah. It just stopped raining. It's been raining really, really heavily, and you can see the weather is not very pretty right there. But just a few minutes ago, you couldn't see the tree line back there. It was raining pretty hard. It looks like the airport is probably shut down for a little bit. I think if there's lightning within 30 miles of the airport, I think that's a thing. That the airport will have a bit of a ground stop just so that people are safe. Ground crew and people, a little bit of lightning there. You don't want ground crew outside in this, it would be very dangerous. So we'll see what happens. I don't suspect we'll have a delay, but the thunder is getting a little stronger. We'll see what happens. The layover here was very nice. It was about 15 hours. I stayed up till like 4 o'clock. I mean, really, I just could not get to sleep. I woke up around noon. My plan was to wake up at 12:30. But a little fun riddle for you. What does housekeeping staff and cats have in common? They both wake you up a half hour before you're supposed to get up. Goodness. Oh, I missed it. Darn, the lightning just flared and the rain's coming back again. Atlanta weather, I'll tell you, it's the same as New England. If you don't like Atlanta weather, wait 10 minutes, it'll change. No worries. It'll be hailing, and then it'll be 80 degrees, and then it'll be 45 degrees. It's craziness. What else? Oh, the only thing I've really done on this layover was play Fallout 4, because I still play Fallout 4. I downloaded Skyrim because I can't stop playing Skyrim. And I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos as usual. I don't know why. Do you guys watch Court2Fly? She is one of my few mainstays for flight attendant content. I watch her every video, and I really enjoy her. She is cute as a button. This girl is so cute. And I just love how she talks and what she talks about. And she's a flight attendant, and I just really enjoy her videos. I don't know why she doesn't have like tens of thousands of subscribers. I just think her videos, so her channel's great. Real succinct videos. They're like 15 minutes long. They're purely flight attendant related. Unless it's a little bit of chiropractic here and there, and her dog Maximus, who I also adore. But I don't know why she doesn't have more subscribers. If you don't know who I'm talking about, Court2Fly, go look for her. If I think about it, I'll put a link in the description box. I just adore her. I think she's great. She may or may not work for a company that rhymes with Southeast. I think that's it. There's nothing else going on. I'm going to leisurely put my clothes on and then head leisurely down to the front desk or the lobby. Because what am I doing here? Watching the weather, right? All right. I'll talk to you later. Hi. All right. So there is weather. There is lots of weather across the entire eastern seaboard, I swear. It's not just Atlanta. It's like everywhere. Lots of flights are diverted to Nashville for some reason. Delays. The airport was closed down. There were no rampers. Yeah, it's crazy. So we were supposed to leave at 3:55 or 3:45. It is now, let me see what time it is. 3:51. So, and I guess because of the wind and all sorts of stuff, there's a mechanical issue potentially with the flaps, so they have to do all that stuff. Yeah, apparently in the outgoing crew, incoming crew, said it was really, really bumpy. It was really quite a mess. So who knows what time we're leaving and what we're going to expect when we get in the air. So fun. At least it's the last day. At least it's one leg, we don't have to work a leg and then experience this kind of crap. So it's all good. No worries. But I will keep you updated. But it doesn't look like we're taking off anytime soon. So apparently everything's done. They're going to look at stuff from outside, but they cleared us to board. So that's good. We won't be too delayed, and hopefully people are okay getting on the plane, because Atlanta can have some energy when there are things like this happening, but we'll see. Hi guys. All right, so I'm back in Las Vegas. I was able to secure myself a lift. They should be here in about 8 minutes. There is no possible way I could have taken the 2 buses home tonight. No way. I don't have the energy right now to sort of recap that last leg, but when I get home, I'll take this uniform off and chat with you guys for a minute about what happened. It could have been worse. Let's just say it could have been worse. Babies are here to greet me home. Hello, Claire. Yes, buddy. Yes. Yes, baby. Yes, honey. And then there's Eleanor over here, who's made a little fort out of her Chewy paper. The paper that comes in the Chewy boxes. Hello, baby. Hello, honey. Hello. Hey guys, hi. So I'm home, as you can tell. I'm already covered in cat hair because I've been playing with the cats. I had a bite to eat, I had a little ice cream, and I think I'm falling into a food coma. It's only 9:16, but it feels like midnight. I might go to bed a little early tonight. Today was very long. We had a 2 p.m. van time, a 2:55 show time at the airport. And I think I showed you some of the weather earlier today in Atlanta. It was a mess, and it got worse and worse and worse. I think I was talking about lightning strikes around the airport. 30 miles. Within 30 miles, there's a ground hold. It's closer to 10 miles. So if there's a lightning strike or something like that within 10 miles, basically all ground operations stop at the airport. No one goes outside. No one does what they have to do outside until a certain amount of time goes by, and I don't know how long that is. But then if another lightning strike happens or another lightning flash happens, the ground hold comes back and it's reset for however long that is. And so sometimes it's just a few minutes and sometimes it just lasts forever. But the series of ground holds that we had were short, but there were a series of them. And every time there was a ground hold, things that had to happen to the plane were postponed until the next window where the people could go outside. And then, of course, there'd be another lightning strike. It was just very frustrating. So we had to wait for waste and water to be done a number of times. There was a little maintenance thing they wanted to check on the airplane on the outside, and so they had to wait for ground stop to be over before they went out again, and that happened a couple of times. It was just a mess. So we were delayed really only about maybe an hour and a half max, but that hour and a half, I'm up in front of the aircraft. We're on a 319. I'm by myself up in front, and I've been trying to maintain me. I'm kind of a clown. If you've worked with me, you know I'm like always got the one-liners, and I'm always trying to be positive or and say something funny and whatever. Trying to maintain a positive attitude to kind of just make it just easier to handle this delay was a little taxing after a bit. It's hard to maintain that. Most people seem to appreciate it, though, and I'm very grateful for that. Of course, there's always somebody who finds me incredibly irritating, and I think I worked with two of those people today, unfortunately. I think I irritated them a number of times, but for the most part, most of our passengers up in front that I was working with really seemed to appreciate my attitude. A lot of them were saying, it looks like I love my job. You're a perfect position. You're in the right job and blah, blah, blah. It was good to hear because I really did try my best today to make that delay a little less awful. We finally did take off. Turbulence wasn't as bad as we expected it to be, thank goodness. We did our snack and beverage service. We do a full service. A lot of other airlines are just, giving passengers a little mini bottle of water, some cookies, and a wet nap or something, or just a soda. But we do a full snack and beverage service, and it took quite a while. And I'm pleased because we do make a teeny little tiny commission off these sales, but we sold a ton. Up in the front of a 319, position A, the lead does service by themselves, doing a hand service. And boy, I don't even know how much I rang up today, but quite a lot. And then we stopped service for like a half hour. And then all of a sudden, about an hour before we landed, passengers were just ordering drinks and snacks left and right. So we did another service. It did make for a quicker trip than not. If we don't do a lot of work like that, a 4-hour trip can just seem like 10. So I was grateful for the service. But yeah, it was a good trip. I had to thank these people like 5 or 6 times because these passengers we had today were outstanding, and I've had a wonderful run with fantastic passengers over the past couple weeks. I mean, I really don't think I've had one real complaint. But today they were just remarkable in that we had a significant delay, but they could see that the weather right outside the window was the reason for the delay. So they gave us a little bit more room, and a little bit more forgiveness, I think. So I was super, super grateful, but they all wore their masks. They all paid attention to the rules, the seatbelt sign. They were just really remarkable. We had a couple people in the back of the aircraft that I didn't have to deal with too often. My coworkers in the back did. They had a little bit more energy than maybe could have, they should have. But for the most part, the whole aircraft was just really fantastic. And some of them had reasons to be irritated. Because, who wants to be delayed sitting in an aircraft full of strangers for, an hour and a half before we even leave on a 4-hour trip. But yeah, they were great. So I must have thanked them 5 or 6 times. Just fantastic. Now, getting to the airport in Las Vegas, this is mildly funny. It wasn't so funny at the time, but now I think about it, it's hysterical. I called an Uber, no Ubers available, so I called a Lyft, and a Lyft finally showed up. It was like, I don't know, 12 or 15 minutes from when I called, or, on the app, until the driver showed up. Well, the driver pulls up, and I recognize the car by the color and the shape, and it's a Chevy something or other. And I walk over and I check the license plate number against the license plate number on the app, and they match. And so the trunk is popped. I put my luggage in the back of the car, and as I'm doing this, a woman is getting in the back seat, the passenger side, and the husband or boyfriend is arguing with me. Like this. He's arguing, this is our car. I'm like, no. No, it's not. This is my driver. Thank you very much. And the only reason I wasn't a monster, because I wanted to be, oh boy, is my friend Marcus can attest, I can turn into a monster. The only reason I wasn't a monster is that I had my badge hanging around my neck, and it was in uniform. And who I work for is very clear. So I had to really hold it together. And she's in the back of the car. He's arguing with me that they called a Lyft a long time ago, and this is their car. And I'm like, no, I don't know if you're new to Lyft, but this is, you can see here on my phone, this is my car. And he argued with me again. And I really had to kind of pull out my mother's voice a little bit to make it very, very clear that this is my car. And the driver didn't speak English, so she couldn't help me out at all. But yeah, it was just, looking back, it's very funny because it felt like I was in New York and someone was trying to take my cab, whatever. But I got home, ripped off my pants as usual. I am wearing shorts, I'm wearing undies. And the cats came down to greet me, which, is my favorite part of coming home. And I just overate, and now I'm sitting here comfy and relaxed. And yeah, there you go. That was my day, and that was my trip. I don't know if there's anything else to add to that. So I'll thank you for joining me on this trip. I didn't have any great layovers or wonderful, wonderful, exciting things to show you, but this is sometimes what a flight attendant's life is like. Sometimes it's just kind of, it's all right. I have a 4-day trip. I have 3 of the same 4-day trips in a row this month, starting next week. I'll take you with me. It's a long Baltimore layover, a long Tampa layover, a San Juan turn out of Tampa. But I have 3 of the same trips. So I'll take you along. Maybe I'll see if I can do some fun things during my layovers. Until then, I will see you guys later. Have a great night and fly safe.